That's what music's got to be about, isn't it? It's about pleasure. It's about giving pleasure to other people, and that's what we had this afternoon. It was from this next group, I thought, that you started this whole cycle of performance culture that we had this afternoon. Boston Youth Pop Choir, where are you? Woo! That's it, that's what we want. Right. There was just fantastic energy from the moment you moved, from the moment you did your first step. I thought, yes, there's a bunch of people on stage who've got energy, that have got a synchronized energy, that you work together, you feel the movement together, and then you started singing, and you sang it as one. And I said to Kate earlier, it's very difficult when you have a solo song and you do that as an ensemble, because a solo singer can sing very fast with very complex rhythms on their own, and nobody thinks, yeah, that's really hard. You realise how hard it is when you try and do it all together, don't you? Am I right? Did you find it hard to really synchronise that vocal line? And obviously you put in so much work there, because that was so together and so crisp and clean. And I thought you did a very difficult job, and you made it look easy, and you made it sound easy. Lovely to hear the boys. How many boys have we got in that choir? Yes. Fantastic. Proper boys. Yes. Great. And do recruit more, because we want to see more boys singing, because it's fantastic. And you made a great sound. Well done, boys. I loved the beginning of the second number. The movement there that you did, and just the vocal sound that went with it, was absolutely perfect. Hugely enjoyable performance all round. Well done to the band too. Really great collaboration between the two, and that's something I'd like to see more of as well. Yesterday I saw an orchestra playing some classical pieces, and then their school choir got up and sang with them a piece of Handel. And it was just brilliant that collaboration happens. It so often doesn't, because of rehearsal times and all sorts of stuff that goes on in schools that we know about. You know, it's always difficult to get people together, but it's wonderful when it happens. And it was great to have a band accompanying you there. I put here, we've got on these sheets, right? We've got things that say what we thought, and then underneath it says next steps, which is what Kate was talking about. You know, ideas, things to work on. And I put here, diction can always be improved. It's not criticism of what you did, but, you know, we can always work harder on enunciating the words and getting the words out so that the audience understand what you're singing, because it's crucial in whatever style you're singing. If you're singing words, the audience wants to hear them. We want to know what you're singing about. So just practice working on that, and perhaps slow practice as well, just working on getting the clarity of diction, particularly in this hall, because it's quite resonant, it's quite a lovely acoustic to play in, but perhaps words get lost if they're not really, really crisp. I'll read you what I've got, because I quite like this. I was in a good mood. I hope this grows from strength to strength, I've got, because it is wonderful to see so many people singing together. And one thing perhaps that you can think about, and it's not a criticism, but that sometimes perhaps the sound's a little bit shouty, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. And you can perhaps work on just refining the sound, getting a clean, clear pop sound without pushing the sound, without getting too shouty. I know you want to fill the room with sound, and it's great to have that vocal energy, but think about the tone and the refinement of the sound as well. That's just something to work on, but we couldn't fault your energy and enthusiasm and just the sheer sense of enjoyment. Absolutely brilliant work. Who's going to collect the certificate? Boston Youth Pop Choir, give them a round of applause.